Maasai Mara, the greatest survival migration on Earth. When the first sunlight rises above the horizon, thousands of hooves strike the ground and produce strong vibrations. This sound signals the beginning of the largest land migration on Earth. Wildebeest concates taurinus begin their seasonal movement across the savanna. Under the bright morning light of the Serengeti, millions of animals form a massive moving population across the landscape. The herd flows across dry grasslands and cracked wetlands, shows each hoofprint left in the red dust, records the movement of animals driven by survival instinct. Their curved horns provide defense against predators. Their long legs support sustained movement across long distances. These physical features allow them to travel thousands of miles during the migration cycle. The sound of hooves grows louder across the plains. Dust clouds rise and spread across the sky. This movement represents a survival pattern within a hostile ecosystem. Predators wait within the shadows of tall grass. African wild dogs move quietly along the edges of the herd. Lions remain hidden while watching the migration routes. Each predator waits for a small mistake in herd formation. During the difficult journey, new life appears within the herd. A female wildebeest kneels on the ground to give birth. The newborn calf must stand within minutes after birth. It must immediately move with the herd. In this environment, any delay increases the risk of predation. A new threat appears when a silent shape moves through nearby vegetation. A cheetah locks its focus on the weakest individual within the herd. Within seconds, the predator accelerates at extreme speed. Its body crosses the ground with rapid stride. Dust rises from the earth during the chase. Moments later, the pursuit ends. The predator feeds while the herd continues moving across the plains. The migration does not stop. As night falls, the herd slows its movement. However, vigilance continues across the group. Eyes remain open in the darkness while scanning for approaching predators. When sunrise returns, the migration continues under intense equatorial heat. Thirst pushes the herd toward dangerous wetlands. In these areas, spotted hyenas organize coordinated hunting positions. They close the distance from multiple directions while producing loud calls. A confrontation begins near the wetland edge. A young wildebeest calf slips and loses contact with its mother. In a critical moment, the female turns back toward the danger. She moves directly toward the predators to create space for the calf to escape. Ahead of the herd lies the final barrier of the journey. The Mara River blocks the migration route. strong currents move through the water. Below the muddy surface, Nile crocodiles wait in ambush. The herd has no alternative path. Driven by instinct, individuals begin entering the river. Water splashes as animals attempt to cross. One calf disappears beneath the surface when a crocodile grabs it. The surviving animals reach the opposite riverbank in an exhausted condition. Their legs tremble from the effort of the crossing. However, their movement continues toward fresh, green grasslands. Each migration season represents a continuous struggle between survival and death. Wildebeest do not rely on claws or extreme speed. Their survival depends on endurance and group movement. The migration continues across the African Savannah each year. This movement remains one of the largest wildlife migrations on Earth. Within the basin of the Maasai Mara, strong winds move across the grasslands. This landscape supports many survival interactions between predators and prey. A female leopard named Jade moves through the region. Her eyes display a bright green color. She demonstrates strong hunting ability and adaptive behavior within the wild environment. On this day, Jade does not initiate a normal hunting sequence. She searches for a secure shelter location. A reproductive cycle is approaching within her body. During the low light of early morning, Jade moves quietly through tall grass. Her vision scans the surrounding terrain for movement. She stops near a narrow stream that flows between moss-covered rocks. A group of small birds suddenly flies upward from the water edge. Jade remains completely still. She drinks water while continuing to monitor the nearby vegetation. Potential predators may be present in the surrounding area. As the sun rises higher, Jade identifies a suitable shelter. The location sits beneath the roots of a large tree. The dense root structure forms a natural protective space beneath the soil. Thick foliage above the tree reduces visibility from outside. Within this hidden space, Jade begins the birth process. Muscle contractions move through her body. Moisture appears on the spotted fur covering her body. A single cub is born. The cub is later identified as Axel. Axel depends entirely on Jade for protection and nourishment. The Maasai Mara environment contains constant predator pressure. Lions and hyenas frequently patrol the surrounding territory. One afternoon, a group of hyenas approaches the area. Jade immediately focuses her attention on the approaching animals. Without hesitation, she charges forward toward the intruders. Her claws extend during the movement. Loud vocal signals accompany the attack. The hyenas withdraw from the area. Jade continues protecting the cub. She also begins teaching Axel basic survival behaviors. She demonstrates climbing techniques and concealment within vegetation. She exposes the cub to essential movement patterns used during hunting. As Axel grows stronger, Jade temporarily moves with two other female leopards. This cooperative presence helps compensate for the reduced physical condition following birth. During sunset, three female leopards approach a grazing herd of zebras. They spread across the grassland to form an encircling formation. Jade moves quietly behind the herd. Each step remains controlled to avoid detection by the lead zebra. The target becomes a young zebra separated from the main group. At the correct moment, all three leopards initiate the attack. The chase begins at high speed across the grassland. The hunt ends with the capture of the young zebra. The carcass provides a large food source. For Axel, this feeding event becomes an important learning experience. Under Jade's supervision, Axel begins interacting with the prey. He learns how to bite, pull, and separate meat from the carcass. As time passes, Axel grows stronger and more independent. Eventually, he separates from Jade and begins moving alone across the savanna. His movement continues toward the distant horizon of the open grasslands.